What's going on, family? Today we're going to talk about this article written from Cointelegraph, to which Coinbase is requesting an interlocutory appeal over the SEC's, quote, controlling question. Now, if you're not familiar with law, court cases, trials, I had to look up what is a interlocutory appeal. So here it is from Wikipedia. An interlocutory appeal occurs when a ruling by a trial court is appealed while other aspects of the case are still proceeding. The rules governing how and when interlocutory appeals may be taken vary by jurisdiction. An appeal is described as interlocutory when it is made before all claims are resolved as to all parties. For instance, if a lawsuit contains claims for breach of contract, fraud and interference with contractual advantage, and if there are 3 defendants in this lawsuit, then until all 3 claims are resolved as to all 3 defendants, any appeal by any party will be considered interlocutory. So let's see what this article has to say about it. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase argued that a question of law is controlling if its resolution could significantly affect the conduct of the action. A lot of legalese right there. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has requested a United States court to scrutinize a specific, quote, controlling question raised by the SEC in its ongoing lawsuit against the exchange. Quote, the question presented here is unencumbered by factual disputes and therefore ripe for immediate review. So it looked like they're trying to ask the judge the trial judge to go ahead and just at least resolve this question. It's unencumbered. Nothing is impacting trying to find a resolution to this one question. Coinbase argued in an April 12th filing with the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal explained in an April 12th post on Twitter that the controlling question revolves around whether an investment contract requires, quote, something contractual. What do you guys think about that? An investment contract. Those 2 words. Which one is most important? Contract. Something contractual. Whether an investment contract can exist absent of any post-sale obligation is a pure controlling question of law, the exchange claims in the court filing. Grewal elaborated that while Coinbase holds the view that an investment contract requires contractual obligations after the sale, the SEC argues that it doesn't. Which side of the street are you on? If someone comes and promote a particular project, a cryptocurrency, an item, with the hopes of it increasing in value, is that a contract? If they continually come out and give you, promotions and marketing materials saying that this is going to occur, you need to get on board ASAP, and you go ahead and follow that direction, that advice, or at least you kind of get tuned into going out and purchasing that particular project or product, is that a contract? Today, Coinbase, this is the tweet right here. Today, Coinbase filed a brief asking the court's permission to seek an interlocutory appeal in our SEC case on this controlling question, whether an investment contract requires something contractual. We think it does. The SEC disagrees. This comes after the U.S. District Judge Katherine, however you pronounce that last name, denied Coinbase's motion to dismiss the SEC's case against the exchange, alleging that it operates as an unregistered exchange, broker, and clearing agency. Wow. So the biggest motion that Coinbase tried to get for this trial was the motion to dismiss, and the judge denied that. So now they're trying to run with, okay, cool. Since the judge didn't want to dismiss the case, the next thing that we got is trying to answer this question. An investment contract requires something contractual. Coinbase thinks it does, SEC doesn't. However, if the court decides to approve the interlocutory appeal, it could potentially significantly influence the case, which has been ongoing since June of 2023. This is because the SEC asserted that Coinbase crypto transactions were investment contracts, despite an absence of any alleged contractual undertakings. So let me ask yourself the question. Coinbase is a stock. They have public stock on the stock exchange. So automatically they fall under the jurisdiction of the SEC because that is where the SEC has reins and control and authority. So by Coinbase, the business operated under the authority of the SEC by them having public stock on the stock exchange. The SEC is trying to say, look, Coinbase, you guys are operating investment contracts. You get your crypto transactions. When people come and purchase these cryptocurrencies from your exchange, you guys have certain rules to follow, which the SEC has purview over. When you go to Coinbase, do you have to submit any other documentation to show that who you are? KYC, know your customer. Like those are also rules that are implemented by the SEC or by laws and regulations within the United States. So how can Coinbase follow certain rules that they have implemented from the SEC or just laws that's on the books? But then they want to turn around and say, well, an absence of these investment contracts, if there's no obligation to actually perform, then are they really investment contracts? So what if Coinbase gets hacked? Are they trying to say that they're not obligated to try to remedy the situation to the people who's been harmed, who's been wronged? Is Coinbase trying to get off scot-free if their exchange gets hacked and people lose all of their money? Because people are trusting Coinbase with their money by placing them on the exchange. So do you think Coinbase have any contractual obligations to ensure that the money that people place on their exchange stays safe? How far does those two words go? Investment contract. Is it just simply on the crypto transaction itself, just the buying and the selling? Or does it go down further to, like I said, the KYC? Does it go down further to ensure that your exchange doesn't get hacked, that people's accounts does not lose money on a hacking episode? Reversal on the question presented will dispose of the SEC's principal claims, which account for the bulk of the complaint's factual allegations. It further claims that a question of law is controlling if its resolution could significantly affect the conduct of the action. Coinbase achieved a major victory in a civil lawsuit against plaintiffs claiming that the exchange offered and sold them unregistered securities. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this ends. But regardless, this is where our attention is, though, on the price of Coinbase stock. You guys can see what I did on our last price prediction. I'm looking for the price in Coinbase to go lower. Here it is, right there, April the 9th. We see that price didn't hold that buy zone, so we could cut that out. Price currently is not holding this one. So we have this next buy zone right there into the market in Coinbase. And then we also got, I'm going to create another one. Okay. So let me look at this on the weekly chart. We have one more day and 9 hours left. If this up fake is still created at the conclusion of the weekly time frame and the market closed at the bottom, then I'm just telling you right now, this buy zone is in jeopardy of being broken too. Okay. So the weekly chart currently does look weak. Here it is on the 2. Another day and 9 hours before this one completes, and it looks pretty much identical to the weekly. Here it is on the 3. Here it is on the 5 and the monthly chart. Now, from the monthly perspective, I'm just going to keep it real. That was a very good month, March. But if we come all the way back down to the bottom and close here for the month of April, that too would mean that the market is still weak on the long term. Okay, but we got 12 days and 9 hours, so hopefully it won't close down there. But if it does, be prepared for the market in Coinbase to continue to just a little lower. I'm just going to say that. Okay, so right now, I'm not going to change my price prediction. I want to see how determined the buyers are in this range. If they're not, then my next target will be all the way down here. So yeah, maybe I'll just push that down a little bit. Okay, because the next target will be around this area, either at the high or low. So yeah, I'm done. Go ahead and give me your thoughts about this case. Do you think it's going to impact Coinbase stock's price? I mean, what do you think? Let me know. Make sure you maintain the profitability, and as always, trade different.